Alright, welcome back to Kumastar Reviews. I say this a lot, but this is yet another one I've really been looking forward to reviewing. This is the Action Toys Pose Plus Metal series, P.02 Baxinger from the anime Galactic Gale Baxinger. Now, I'm not really as much. The bot is awesome. I'm gonna lay that out. It's absolutely amazing. But, really no attachment to the anime because it was never subtitled or anything like that. Pretty crazy. So, I can watch clips and things like that. I've seen a lot of highlights and things, but when I can't understand what people are saying, there are no subtitles, anything like that, it's hard for me to follow. So, it's just what it is. But, Action Toys, I truly believe that they are becoming that brand. If you're a high-end collector, you just like really big, heavy die-cast figures that keep that old-school aesthetic look, like really accurate and slavish to the anime, while having, like I said, a lot of die-cast and things like that, but giving you that advanced articulation and things. Just, they have it all. Where it seems like between like Bandai, Signal, etc., it's kind of, they give up one for the other. Like, one has the aesthetics, one has the advanced articulation. Action Toys in particular, and Artstorm in general, is just killer. So, like, Future Models, Ultimetal, my favorite die-cast figures, if I had to make a top 10 list, 8 of them would be Artstorm and their sub-brands. So, they are just a killer company, have been for the past decade. Look them up, Artstorm. Really cool stuff. Artstorm.co.jp. But anyway, looking at what comes in the box here. So you've got the 5 bikes. Alright? So the light blue sidecar is going to be the Cyclone. Alright? And on the opposite end here, the black sidecar, that one is the Monsoon. The red bike is called the Stockin. Yellow, Hurricane. And this is the Lepun. Alright, so looking at the accessories here, you got those blasters for the sidecars, as well as the back of Baxinger in its combined mode, his missile launcher, the Baxuro, the Bucksword, the new Bucksword, the boomerangs, which come off of his chest, as well as an assortment of hands, and some anime-accurate pieces. So this has a really clean transformation, and I'll do a separate transformation because I'll go both front and back. It's not hard or anything, but I'll give you guys kind of a condensed version or something like that, maybe add the music here in the review. Just something, you know, so you can see the basis of how it transforms. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started on this guy. It's pretty awesome. Alright, and the bikes look cool, but there's not much to them. They're bikes. I mean, they're static, they all have rubber wheels, they roll. We'll start with the one that's a unique bike. The other two are clones of each other for the arms and legs. So, make sure that this wheel is down. Alright. And the Lepun is a really cool design. Everything's lined up and all that. And one thing that's nice about this, it has these stoppers here so it just doesn't roll the heck out of the way on its own. Pretty nice stuff. Now, it does have some filler pieces here. These 2 pieces on the side, you'll see me take those off during the transformation, as well as this piece on the back. So, like, that covers up the combined mode's head. Again, there's the Lepun. Oh, and one piece of warning about this. The first time that I had to bend these pieces down during the transformation, because it actually comes in the combined robot mode. Alright, so half of these parts of the chest, I can't say halves, but like the outer force quadrants, they bend in and out. And you can see it even right there. It's not necessarily loose, it's like perfect firmness actually. But the first time I did it, you really have to like brace and do it very carefully because it doesn't seem like it bends at all. Like, in fact, just doing it normally, the most I could get it to was like a regular crack. And it wasn't until I looked at pictures that I knew it was supposed to go further, so gave it a little bit more pressure. And now, on each side that I've done it once, it's fine, but just look out for that. because it's something that I think it actually has potential for breakage. These two pieces or whatever. That's how tight they are out of the box. I don't know if it's the paint kind of seizing up while it's in the box, but something's going on there. Okay, so we've got the red Hurricane and the yellow Typhoon. Again, clones. The arm and leg bots are clones. These are the arm bots. And one thing that's cool about these two, they both came with wheel stoppers that just let you set them on the ground and balance without any kickstands or anything like that. I wish that would be more of a thing, especially for bikes with riders and stuff like that. It'd be kind of cool even for like the Sino Maspida bike riders and things like that to come with these so that they could be posed upright on the bikes without having to lean them to the side for the kickstand, like that kind of thing. So really small piece, but really neat. So there's the gist of them. They look the same, recolors, you know. You guys a side view here, but just like a plug filler. Boom. And again, no kickstands or anything like that, so without those, that's what it is. No problems with the transformation or anything like that. Nothing quality-wise that I saw that you should look out for. These are just pretty solid pieces. Okay, so on my last one, I think I called the yellow the Cyclone when it's actually the Typhoon. The light blue car is the Cyclone, and actually the black car is the Monsoon. So just correcting that. Again, yellow car, Hurricane. Alright, so Monsoon, Cyclone, again, clones. These make up the legs and feet. I'm sure you could tell from these backsides that the legs and feet, because they're big giant feet hanging off the back. Now these are a little bit harder to balance, even though they have the three wheels. Kind of weird, huh? But that's what it is. Almost makes me wish they had some kind of stopper for these too. But when I've got them set down and I'm not rotating them and stuff like that, they're not as bad at all. So, all right. Now the pieces that go on the combined mode's back can actually be slotted into these. Alright, so the pieces that slot on to Baxinger's back can be put into the sidecars here. Just slide them down. To the other side. Slide that down. Okay. And it's pretty straightforward stuff. 3 wheels, sidecar wheel, as well as the 2 cycle wheels, and they all roll. Well, I'm sitting here crashing them into each other. Not on purpose, but there you go. Again, Monsoon, Cyclone. Okay, and I just wanted to give you guys one more look at the individual bikes before getting it combined into the Baxinger. Again, there will be a separate full transformation video, forward and backwards, for you guys that are interested in this. Let me know. Please request if you actually want to see that, because that takes time to do as well, and if nobody wants to bother with it, I won't. But for this, I'll give you something to bridge so you can kind of see how it works. Here we go. Alright, so everything's all combined. We've got Baxinger here. Quick height. About 10.5 inches to the very tip of that crest there. Give you guys a roundabout. One thing that's really cool about this one, I get packages delivered at work just because I don't feel like having them sit outside on my porch for 10 to 14 hours a day while I work, put plastic freezes and things like that. There's a lot that goes on. Heck, you never know, somebody could be stupid enough to try to steal it, you know? But get a lot of packages. I have a number of people that I work with that are into the anime and all that stuff too. One guy looked at this when I combined it and said, I'm gonna guess this one's not as articulated as the other ones. And that was really cool. It goes along with what I said. They are really good about capturing that very slavish anime look while honestly giving you the advanced articulations of the Sentinels and things like that, you know? So, if you look at it here, like right there, there's a break because the thigh is swiveled, but removing that, they can pass for a statue. Really cool stuff. And again, 10.5 inches tall. Another thing that I wanted to point out was the anime accurate pieces. So you've got this wheel here. Clean transformation, but if you want the waist articulation, just move that and it moves in full. It has swivel, ab crunch. We'll go over that. But if you want that more anime accurate look, comes with this piece. And I'm pretty sure I'm doing this right. Make sure I'm putting the right piece in here. The piece goes into the back. And then on the calves there, and there we go. As if it wasn't clean enough. Alright, so going over the articulation, head, swivel, some up and down movement there, lots of downward, then upward as well. Okay. Arms, parallel, but there we go. Parallel, that's about as far as it can go because of the way that it's just put together. Like, the exhaust pipes on the bikes don't really let it go further than that. It's pretty unfortunate. Alright, so around and just making sure that I did what my due diligence there. Clip that back with the parallel. And these are nice, strong ratcheted joints, but the cool part is I'm not the biggest fan of ratcheted joints. I think I've said that approximately 30,000 times on this channel, but there are small enough spaces between the ratchets to where it really doesn't impede on your articulation and things like that. You're not limited because of that. So that's pretty cool. Strong ratchet and elbow, single jointed, but still goes past. Well, that's a straight 90. I just had the arm. So over there. So the wrist, ball joint. So there's some rock there. And then 360 swivel. Zooming into the hands. I actually really like the default hands on this one. They're a good size. So fingers come out, and then you've got the slit for the weapons to go into. Take one of the extended handles, for example. You see there's that. You just gotta kind of find the right spot, but of course, when I'm doing it on camera, it's always going to be the one time where I have a problem. So weird. Let me try another handle here because I think that one might just be tight. There we go. Do that to brace as well. So there's that. Now, normally when the hands are anime accurate and stuff like that, there's a big size difference, but no. It's really not too bad on this one. That's why I said I like the default hands. Now looking at the waist. It can do a full 360, but kind of pointless to show right there. Move that out of the way. App crunch for days. Get that back. Now, the pieces of the skirt that actually move, you've got this that goes out, got this that goes forward, and then the whole thing can kind of drop and swivel around and stuff like that, but those are the main movements. So, with the tips, ratcheting, heavy die-cast legs, like, the sidecars are no joke in that aspect, alright? And then no matter what, because of the hinge here, you're pretty blocked on the back side. That's pretty standard, but I wish it was more. Alright, double jointed knees here, so you got that. Alright, so tons. Alright. Get that back into place. And this is, I will say, I wouldn't necessarily call it complicated, but the thigh hinges, once you transform it, you get a hang for it, but they do kind of have their own way because there's so many hinges involved and stuff like that. Getting them back straight, it's a thing. It's definitely its own little system in there. So let's take a look at the feet, and that's about it. Oh, did I do sideways? Lots of sideways, so that one's not ratcheted. Alright, see if he can balance. You know what? I'm gonna find it. There's more play in the ankles than I'd like. And that's half the problem. Yeah, unfortunately not happening. At least not during the taping for this. So, we tried. Alright, now feet. Inward and outward. And then inwards quite a bit. But downwards, not really. So pretty standard stuff. Let's go ahead and get into some poses and things like that, as well as looking at the accessories. Okay, so got him dual winging the new box sword. Good stuff. Now, the hand swap out really simple, just a big ball joint in there. But the thing is, with these ones, the plastic's so thick on both the ball joint and the female ends for the hands that it takes a little while to kind of twist them and find the right spot to press them in. So I'm not doing the hand changes because a lot of these are actually the first time that I'm changing them out and loosening them up and stuff like that. So just to save time. Alright, it's a new box sword. Alright, and here he is holding the missile launcher. If you want to give that a little bit more flair, take that off. Just a cap type piece off. Insert that. That goes in there. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the chest boomerangs here, but before I do that, one thing I wanted to note is that these pieces, these circles right here, they actually have some flex in them, and this will give you further ankle tilt. Alright, almost forgot to do that. Alright, so like I said, his chest pieces become the boomerang pieces, so kind of looks weird having those there. These just pop out. Alright, go ahead and do that. sure it's focused there. Again, finishing this review out, Action Toys Pose Plus Metal Series. This is P.02, Baxinger from the anime, Galactic Gale, Baxinger. Absolutely incredible product. Well worth the price of admission. Exactly what you'd expect to pay $300 plus for. Definitely one of my top combining die-cast robots, period. And I feel like I have a pretty high standard. It just nails it on all accords. Now, I will say, there are little things about it that I wish were better. And they're more like fit and finish things. Like, for example, these pieces right here, and of course it's held in pretty tight. For the most part, they hold in pretty tight. They clip in well or whatever, but they could stand to be a little bit better. It's stuff like that. And I'll go over that stuff more in the review, but I showed you like the pieces on the Lapoon that you need to watch out for and whatnot. So I was honest during this, but of course I'll think of things, I'll play with it more, and as I see it I'll let you guys know. But right now, for the most part, it's pretty damn good. It's hefty, it's die-cast, it's painted well. Like, it just hits it at an 8 to 10 level on every single facet. Hell, you know, I wish it had like butterfly joints just to make that double sword holding pose and things like that a bit easier. I wish that there was some kind of extension right here or whatever, so that the parallel outswing could go a little bit further, you know? So it's not perfect, but it's pretty goddamn good. Anyway, this has been another Kumasawa review. Let me know what you think, and ask any questions you want in the comments section of this. The full written article and gallery will be coming soon. Watch out for that on kumasawa.com. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys very much for your support. I'll see you next time.